I am in Yellow Springs, Ohio. This is my mom, Jacque.
Hi.
She lives in an intentional community and has a really large garden, and she's slowly becoming a self-sustainable homestead. So we're going to do a tour of her garden and see where she's at here in the middle of June in 6B.
6B.
6B, almost on 7.
All right, come on in. The gate gets a little stuck. I started out and I just had this little kind of space over here when I very first started. Each year I'm like expanding now, and so we've got a strawberry bed that I just moved in the fall. I moved it from where the garlic is over to here. Still a few.
Oh, good. And it's the squirrels, right, that you're...
That's why we have the cages, is because of the squirrels. But there's even, you know, you can work around it, because most of the time you can pick strawberries just the day before. The squirrels, they wait until they're nice and red. And so if you just get them the day before, then they'll ripen overnight and be ready for you in the breakfast. So you don't have to do this, I don't think, you know. Mm-hmm. But you do get a few more, and you can wait till they fully ripen on the vine. And then this is the garlic bed. And then I've got 200 onions, red and white onions that I planted that are doing pretty well. I got them in kind of late. And then this is my brassicas with the, this is kale and collards. I got a couple squash thrown in here. These are broccolini, and I got a couple successions of broccolini, a little bit more kale, cabbage over here in the chard, and the bok choy's done, but I'm letting some go to seed so I can save the seed. We've got zucchinis and cucumbers in the back. Okay. I'm not a big flower person.
Oh, I thought you were popping plants into this as you were
I am.
Oh, okay.
The nasturtium, they volunteer all the time, and so whenever I find a volunteer, I transplant it. And then there's potatoes and tomatoes and peppers. This is probably the 5th year for this strawberry bed, and it's last year for sure. And one of the things I love about the garlic is that I can plant squash, and I usually just plant it around the border. So, and this is some butternut squash all around the border. And then when I pull my garlic, I can transplant the squash and use the same bed. And it usually does really fine, does well. So okay. I like that. So if you have limited space in your garden, then that's one way of getting a couple things going in one bed. This is arugula in here now. This is just a homemade cold frame I made with a bunch of old wood, and I got some plexiglass for the top.
Oh, so it's just plexiglass, not even glass.
No, it's plexiglass. It gets a little bit of air in there, which is actually what it needs during the winter to have a little bit of air, because when it's sunny, so it does fine. And I put spinach in here, and then I can't really harvest the spinach like through the winter because it's too small. It just kind of stops growing. But it's wonderful, like in March, like early March, I've got all the spinach I want. Mm-hmm. And it's great. So I love that. That's like one of my favorite things to do, because it really gives me a really early season of spinach. I don't use any fertilizer that I sprinkle on. What I depend on is like the compost and stuff. So we have, it's actually pretty old, but it's 2 or 3 year old. It was horse manure, compost, it's dirt now. And we just have a big pile of it, and we get that, and I replenish every bed. Before I plant, I put new dirt on the compost, and then when at the end of the year, when I'm getting ready to put the leaves down, I make sure and put on. And then through the summer, I'm bringing in chicken compost. So,
And adding it to the...
and adding it as a kind of fertilizer.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yours is a much more natural
yeah,
fertilizing.
Yeah, I'm not buying anything.
Like liquid nutrients or anything
no,
like that.
The only thing that I do like that would be, but it's organic, is the dipel dust. And I make sure that I'm spraying my brassicas with dipel dust so that the cabbage moths don't eat them up.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah. I always love, this is something that since you've been gardening here, is the bamboo for the, usually it was pole beans that you were...
Well, last year I did beans. This year I'm trying what you suggested.
To run a zucchini up a...
vertically, and so I'm going to use these. And I don't know, do you tie?
You tie. It's
yeah, so I'm going to, my plan was to tie, to not necessarily put any more bamboo in.
This is just so...
To tie it, yeah.
So very... I don't know. It's just the vibe that I like. It's wooden.
Yeah,
it's not
that's right.
Perfect.
That's right. So this, yeah, so I had beans here last year and they did pretty well. And this year it's going to be the zucchini. We'll see how it goes.